Evening all, thanks for tuning in. Tonight's Tier 3 comms, we're here at Bahrain. This is the final of the sprint races for the season as well. Comms tonight, you've got myself, Claire Mull, joined by Dan.
Hello there. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Jesus Christ. Oh, what a start.
Great start.
I dropped my phone and I cracked the screen. Nice. Anyway.
Oh.
That's alright, I think it's just a film. Anyway, back to it.
Can't get worse, we've just got the Tier 3 stream. No, sprint race, final one of the season for tonight. Dan, what are you expecting from the sprint?
Look, the thing with the sprint, obviously we run short quali, so it's going to be fairly frantic. I'd imagine them fastest laps are going to be beaten left, right and centre as well, so yeah, it's interesting to see how it plays out. Obviously we have a championship battle here as well tonight to contend with, as guys are leaving the session, so I'll just take a second to get them back in there, Claire.
Yeah, no problem. Carl's first man out on track, as Dan just alluded to, the championship battle is looking just between Carl and Jampot. I think there's about 16 points separating the two. Carl out in the lead at the moment. But yeah, two races to go after this one. Sprint race here, so an extra 5 points up for grabs in the sprint as well. I'm sure Jam will be hoping to close that gap after tonight. But yeah, we have also got two debutants tonight, Chip Hazard and Mason Harris, making the debuts here in CDR.
Yeah, it's great to see that, Clay. Obviously, I think everyone will realise the last week or two we've had a big influx of new drivers, which is great to see when a lot of leagues are kind of struggling to fill grids. Just kind of shows what we're doing here must be right. But coming back to the championship, Clay, on top of that, obviously Carl and Jam are fighting for the Drivers' Championship, but we've also got 5 other drivers that are challenging for the Constructors as well, so it's not just the drivers. The Constructors is still up for grabs. Ferrari and Williams, Alpine and Williams very, very close together, with Williams not too far behind, so yeah, still a lot up for grabs. Obviously we run a joint Constructors, so there's a huge pot of points available each race weekend, so still a long ways to go on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Alpine, Ferrari and Williams taking it to the wire there on the championship. The Constructors anyway. As Carl's started his first flying lap now. Obviously, I almost burnt, but I tried to hold it in.
I think Carl is first on track as well, isn't he, Claire?
Yeah, he is. He's just started his first flying. No, he's had a good sector one there, nice and clean. See how he does through 8. No loss of traction there through 8, which is good. On the run into 10, let's see how he manages here. 10 is quite a tricky corner.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
He makes it look easy. What I found as well, actually, in qualifying on Friday night was the curb on the right to the entrance of 10. If you go too wide on that, you end up beached and just slide along the curb.
Yeah.
That's not something I realised until Friday night. It happened in quali.
Yeah, for sure. I have absolutely no idea what the quali times are here today, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I didn't really pay much attention Friday night to the quali times, so...
Oh, I think that's decent, actually.
That's a very good lap, yeah, 29.2 is a good lap. I think we hit 20... I think low 28s was the... mid 28s was the fastest time. I think a 28.6 got pole.
Yeah, I just got Chris heading towards the lane now, out of 130.5, followed by Kane Lowry, and I think it's also, I might be wrong, I am wrong.
No, also I've just crossed the line, 29.9. Barker 29.7 as well, he's up there. I got Matey Boy just coming through sector 2, just starting sector 3 now.
As Terrier says, the laughing has started 3 months into quali, or 3 minutes into
3
quali.
months.
Jampot sneaking in there into the 29-1 now for Jampot.
That's what he needs to do.
Yeah.
For Jam, it's important. This quali session. Sorry to cut across, but this quali session's important for Jam. He needs to get ahead of Carl, knowing that there's points up for grabs in the sprint.
He does. Just 3 races left in the season. It's kind of. I think this is a massive race for the Jam Pod. Obviously, he had an incident last week, so that impacted where he ended up finishing. So the gap could have been a bit closer, but it's not. I think he doesn't want to get desperate. I mean, it won't be won tonight, but it could certainly be lost. But at the same time, he does want to start making a move now, I think, as well at this stage.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think we've seen already from pretty much the start of the season how consistent Carl's been. He's not always been the fastest person on track. He's not been winning every week, but he's always been where he's needed to be.
Yeah, 100%. Big shout out, 19 guys on stream already, so top class lads. Keep the comments flowing in. If we can entertain you, we can, or we will. Just on board with Dylan there.
I will try to.
Next. He's on a hot lap at the minute. Interesting to see what kind of pace Dylan has here. Obviously, look, we know he's quick, but last kind of 4 or 5 races, he's starting to convert that pace into points, which is great for us. But
yeah, it's just a shame about the first half of the season.
I think it's long overdue. So let's see what he can do as he heads towards the start finish line. Looks like a quick lap.
Very quick.
It is a quick lap.
29 flat. Wow. Yeah, great lap there from Dylan. We've got Scotty, Teabag and Gameful on laps as well. They're on their first hot laps. So on board with Scotty, he's the first of the 3.
Yeah, obviously, look, as we said, sprint weekend quali is fairly frantic, and it's quite a long lap, so I think you're just going to see cars constantly on track. You might have a couple of minutes in the pits, maybe looking for track evolution towards your final run, but 3 runs, 20 drivers, 18 minutes. I think the sprint format has been a good success this season. Obviously, we were a bit concerned that guys would be driving like every lap is the last lap, and it didn't turn out that way, and I think the drivers have enjoyed it as well, so hopefully that's something to see. Look at that!
Teabag.
And we know he likes a bit of wet work, and it's as dry as a board here tonight, and there he is! Great lap from Teabag. Super lap.
Yeah, super time. Obviously, Teabag had a absolutely amazing result in Portimao, but sort of apart from the rest of the season, pretty much just not as good as he'd have wanted to be. So nice to see him back up there.
Yeah, I just am with Mason there at the moment. Clay, I think he'll be the next one to cross the line. Who's on the lap?
Yeah, I'm on board myself.
Looks like a nice little lap as well, if I'm honest. Let's see what he can do as he heads towards the line. DRS wide open, and it is a decent lap. That puts him up into P9 at 129.6, just inside the 6 there. Chip is next on the lap, I believe. And is he on the lap, or is he on the lap?
I think he's just started a lap, but I think there might be a couple of others ahead of him that are on their second run.
Okay.
But we'll stick on board with Chip, as we said, making his debut here tonight. One of the 3 guys here that's not yet set a time.
Yeah, that turn 10 is nasty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tricky corner. The downhill left, the camber, everything, and it feels like for such an abrasive track, it feels like there's such a lack of grip coming out of that corner.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, definitely. As you said, the curbs there can suck you in as well. And I do find if you hit the apex curb on the left as well, it can cost you a bit of time. Massive shout out to the viewers again, up to 26 now. Absolutely super stuff.
Yeah, thank you all, everyone tuning in. Feel free to drop comments.
As Chip heads towards the line, not the fastest lap in the world, but it's still a 1:30.3, puts in P16, so he has a bit of work to do. I was just watching that lap, it wasn't the best in the world, it wasn't the worst, so there's definitely a lot of improvement there for Chip as well, I feel.
Yeah, definitely looks like we've had a Ferrari turn 12 who's spun.
That's Carl. That is Carl, wow.
Yeah, Saki's in the pits, the old curb of death there, catching Carl out.
Yeah, do you know what? With the time he said, I think he can afford to kind of push it. As Saki has retired in the pits again.
This is a regular thing now. Nothing surprises me anymore.
You know what? It's working. He's he's improving. He's getting there. It seems to work for him. He's been in a very good position at the time this season. Palm Q, let's go. Also. As a jam into the
wow!
I was forgetting about short quality class, so track evolution in this session as well, so forgot that one in my head. I was kind of thinking Q1, great time to be setting as Chris heads towards the line. As he starts a lap,
Woodman managed 29.7 there in that as well. So Taylor Danny, the only one not out on track yet, who's not set a time.
Yeah, it's mega close here, Clay. Really, in and around the second, covering the top 16 drivers, and the other few weren't really a million miles away either. So I think it's something. As I said, we've an influx of drivers this week, and I think the first thing they all say after the clean racing, obviously, is how do you have three so competitive tiers? And yeah, we saw the other tiers as well Friday night. It's just such a small margin, covers the whole field. It's great to see.
Yeah, definitely very competitive. But I will say the new additions in the league over the last couple of weeks have been so active in the chats as well, which has been brilliant to see. Just like a new lease of life.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Give a few fellas a kick off the arse. Oh Jesus!
Taylor's just pointed out in the chat that he's serving his quali ban.
Yeah, that's a painful one with sprint qualifying. Actually, no, it's not. It's less painful, actually, isn't it?
I'd probably say so because the feature race where it's more your starting position is probably more important. He can make up in the sprint. So
yeah, 100%.
Oh, just on board with Chris then, there's a Ferrari appeared inside him.
Wow. Yeah, so I think, just trying to have a look around, I think most guys will have a second run done at this stage, I'd say.
Yeah, I think T-Bag's on his second run, he was just around half a temp slower through sector 1.
Yeah, apologies on this T-Bag, and Scotty is on a run as well, slightly over his time, but those two on a run, and they'll have time to finish. Will they have time to finish this lap and get around and get back out?
There'd be no messing around if they are. T-Bag purple sector 2, half a tenth under his time now.
Jesus. I've said this, like, T-Bag's one of those guys. T-Bag has bags of pace. I think he's just one of the guys that gets frustrated, and he's coming back into the pits, he's pulled the plug, so he must be down this time, get back in, comfortable. But T-Bag's one of these guys, I think he can get a bit frustrated with himself and a bit annoyed with himself, and you know, you're best off just leave it, move on, I think. And I'd be critical of myself as well when I'm racing, and I do get a bit frustrated, but I think it does more harm than good.
I've got to say, I'm one of them. I'm hot-headed in the heat of the moment. Headsets, pads have taken a beating over the past 12 months. But no, actually Friday night something similar. The sprint race got caught up in an incident early in the sprint race, and I was pretty much ready for pulling in and retiring, which obviously is not the best way to go. other admins who I was in the party chat with kept me going. And, you know, I made up a couple of places, nothing brilliant, but it put me in a better position for the feature. And, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you know, it's the heat of the moment. You don't make the best decisions.
Yeah, never quit, never give it up. At the end of the day, if you just, like, if you really, really think about it, Cameron Porter lost Tier 1 Driver Championship last season by a point, so a driver's title or a constructor's title can be defined by points, you know, at the end of the season. So it's always worth to keep going. No matter how deflated you are or how bad it feels, keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. It's just obviously heat at the moment. It's hard to see the bigger picture.
Yeah, I was watching the races Friday night and I could feel the admin chat. As Ken already heads towards the line, and this will be solid. Wowza!
28-7. Wow. Yeah. Is he running the 2023 Aston Martin or? Wow, yeah, what a time there from Ken. And Carl's got a purple Sector 2 as well. He's just less than 3/4 of a tenth under his time at Sector 2. He's just got one corner left to deal with.
Oh, and he is fractionally up as well, as you said. He needs a bit more than fractionally, though, to be honest. He's 5/10 off the pace at the minute. Let's see what he can do. And he does improve what
he improves, but not enough for a position. Wow.
I'll tell you what, that's a massive laugh for Kane Lowry, and you know, for the guy that's not in the championship battle but hanging around there, I think it's a great time of the season for him to start showing a bit of form heading towards the new season. Obviously, it's going to be the biggest shake-up of driver grids that we've had in a long time. So, you know, I think there's a lot of championships up for grabs next year, a lot of points, a lot of places, podiums, positions. I think this is the time of the season where the guys that aren't maybe involved in championships need to just start kicking on for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Kane Lowry, if I'm honest, was one at the start of the season. He was one of my dark horses for the championship, to be honest. He's always shown a lot of pace, and obviously running no assists, his car control's, you know, unrivaled, really. He's not had the season I thought he would. Had a brilliant result finishing P2 last week, but looks like he's kicked on from that. And yeah, that's a very, very good time there. Just less than a minute left as well now, so anyone who's wanting to start the final runs will need to be crossing the line very soon. Jackie improves.
Yeah,
29-6.
Barker's back into the pit, so he won't improve. I think that's Luckman behind him, is it?
Gameful's just starting a flying lap. Yeah, Luckman has improved as well, up to P10.
Dylan just starting a flyer. No, Dylan's coming on the last few corners. Apologies.
And Hound has span at turn 12. It just moves out of the way there of the AlphaTauri of Mason flying through. Mason is improving. He has got a flashing fuel light, so let's see what he manages.
Also heading towards the line to start his flyer as well. But,
he's not made it.
No, he's not made it. Oh no.
Mason. Yep, 29.5.
Chip back into the pits, he won't improve. Is that Jam coming out of the last corner? He's improved. Will he do it?
Oh, he does improve, but unfortunately half a tenth off Kane Lowry there.
He's still mega close.
Dylan on a lap.
Yeah, he just started a flyer, Claire.
Dylan's on a lap, Gameful's on a lap, Jackie's just... Jackie's coming up to the line, but he is on a cool down lap. Luckman, yeah. Gameful's got Luckman ahead of him who's not on a lap, so Gameful will be the next... Oh no, Gameful's not on a lap, he's backed off.
Oh, proper Sector 2 from Dylan.
He's let Chris through. Chris almost a second under his time there. Let's see what Chris manages across the line. A 29.5 improves by 9 tenths, puts himself P13.
Dylan's crossing the line, can he snatch pole?
Mechanical as well. Mechanical jumped above Teabag there in that.
So yeah,
that is it.
you'd have to say a successful quali session for Jam here.
Yeah, definitely. A few cars between him and Carl, which he'll have definitely wanted. Obviously, he'd have probably preferred to be leading the pack. But yeah, Kane Lowry that time, phenomenal time, to be honest. And then, yeah, Dylan, mechanical teabag between Jam and Carl. So it's going to be an interesting start for the sprint race. Confirmation there of all your quality times, and I will be back very shortly before the start of the sprint race. As we know, on the formation lap for the sprint race, and I would expect everyone to be on the medium tyres, which they are. And this is what it comes down to now, 10 lap sprint to determine the grid for the feature race. Looks like Scotty's been disqualified from the formation lap of this, so he will be starting on the grid. I'm going to guess he'll have cold tyres. As Kane's now picking his spot.
Just temporarily down there for a second apparently.
As Mechanical's overshot his mark, so he's been disqualified, set further couple of inches back. Rest of the grid just forming up now. Not many disqualifications, to be honest, but lights are on. And away we go. Looks like Jam got a really good start there. Dylan as well. Dylan flying. There's a Red Bull making moves there as well. Dylan through in P1. Mechanical teabag Jam down to P4. Carl up to P5. Also in P6. Looks like there's yellow flags. I think that's much further down the back of the grid. Not a great start for Kane Lowry. Dropped from first down to 8th briefly. Back up into P7 now, making it past Mason. Taylor Danny looks like got caught up with Jackie there at turn 4.
Yeah, Carl make up a few positions as well now, finding himself behind the back of Jam Pot.
Yeah, definitely. Probably not the start Jam Pot would have expected after that launch that he got. Was absolutely brilliant going up the inside of Kane, but just looks like Dylan, Colin, Teabag getting a much better start. Nerf picking up a 3-second penalty on the first lap. Wow. Teabag's all over the back of Mechanical here as well. Jam probably needs to just stick within DRS Teabag in front, to be honest, and then he's pretty much on the back of the front row, the front runner.
Yeah, didn't get the mighty dodge.
Oh, is Carl going for? Carl going for a move? No, he pulled back in behind. Carl just pulled out into the braking zone there at turn 1, so Carl maybe trying to pressure Jam a bit, maybe showing he's got a bit more pace, do you reckon, or?
Kind of, could be a bit of mind games as well, Clay.
That's why you turn the rear view mirror off.
Oh, 100%. Just look forward, lad.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I've found my driving's got a hell of a lot better since that. Jackie has had a spin out of turn 4. He got caught up in an incident now on the first lap, and yeah, second lap he's had a spin there, so not a great start there from Jackie.
Yeah, Teabag just outside though, and Colin is absolutely all over the back of Dylan. Colin looks to have the pace on Dylan here, if I'm honest.
Yeah, probably running 0-0 wings. We know he likes to run low wings.
We know what Dylan is no slouch there. If he can just keep it on track, he's a quick guy to get on, but it makes it interesting though, because everyone down as far as P10 has DRS on Teabag, just looking around at the biggest losers, the biggest winners. Kane Lowry starting P1 all the way down to P7. Gainful up 5 positions into P10 as well. Kind of guys moving 2 or 3 positions, but super start so far.
Yeah, been very clean as well. Nothing noteworthy incident-wise that I've seen on boards. So yeah, great start as DRS is now activated. So Colin will be flying up to the back of Dylan with DRS. Let's see what Jam Pot can manage on the back of Teabag here as well. Carl picking up a double slipstream, and as you said, there's a bit of a DRS train formed behind Teabag, so he looks like a bit of a sitting duck at the moment.
Oh my god, Chris nearly absolutely ploughing into the back of Barkman do a turn 4, just goes off track to avoid it, so good awareness there from Chris, to be fair to him.
And Jam's closing on Teabag again, now on this run through turn 9 into turn 10. He's about 4 tenths away. Let's see what he can do now with the DRS. Jam is using a lot of DRS as well from the looks of it already, down to 20%. Carl managing his much better than the 2 ahead.
Yeah, just looking at the two debut drivers here. You got Mason up 3 positions into P8, and he's kind of hanging in around the back of the DRS. And Kane Lowry got Chip up 4 positions as well, who is in that DRS train from home all the way down to P18. North Pack seems to be struggling a bit at the back. Obviously, Jackie had that spin. Nothing notable other than that. Colin, is he going to have a look into turn 1?
I thought Carl was having the move then, having a look at the move as well. Is Mechanical having a go up into turn 4 though?
I mean,
he's a lot closer. Oh, he's putting it in. Yeah. Dylan should have the better drive there though. Taking his normal racing line, yeah. So Colin losing out. Not great driving, but clean. And T-Bag, yeah, just slowly losing time to the guys in front. Obviously no DRS, which will be helping the lads behind. If someone can kindly what the last fucker that's commented.
Sorted.
Thank you very much. Don't waste my time. Carl, I've not seen much just happen there, but Carl's now dropped out of DRS to jam. Oh, he's back in it. He's back in it before the detection zone.
Colin here, turn 1 again. Steve.
Steve, wow.
DRS wide open, and he's got a massive run on Colin, and he should take his handy enough. Yeah, making a battle going on at the front here, Clay. Carl dropped back, but he seems to be back up again. Can Lowry take it, or he's looking to take us, so.
Still trying to get over you calling me Steve, to be honest.
I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I'm not. Oh, Colin going very deep into turn 4. That's going to cost him a bit of time, but he nearly. Well, I wouldn't say he nearly made contact with Dylan, but he got close. Yeah, it's a difficult track, Clay. It's a long lap. There's a lot of time to be gained and lost throughout the lap here.
That's exactly it. You know, the bigger tracks, you probably have more chance to make a bit of time back. If you've made a slight mistake in the first sector, you might be able to make it back over the next 2 with it being so long. But when you're all racing so competitively, you know, like you said, Jam, for example, sat right on the back of T-Bag. Any mistake that Jam makes now is going to cost him.
Again, for sending a move on Mason, turn 11, just went a bit deep, trying to no space on the inside. Quality driving. You know what? I'm impressed with the 2 new guys played. Sweet, very clean. Not got involved in anything. I've been riding on board just to see how they're doing. And these guys know how to race, which is great.
And Mechanical's no DRS. So Dylan is away at the front at the moment.
Again, for being a bit smart there out of DRS and waiting to take it on Luckman, but Luckman just got it off the back of Mason, so possibly costing himself the position there. But yeah, it seems to have worked for Dylan now. He's out of DRS and he's in a lot better position with DRS than Colin is, so yeah, head down. Still a bit to go on this, but how tight the field is mental.
Yeah, sprint race, we do tend to see it so close, but I wouldn't say we've seen it this close.
Yeah, it is very tight. I mean,
especially not on such a big track.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's only 4 or 5 drivers that don't have DRS, which can cause a bit of a train, but obviously if you're at the front of that train, not a nice place to be, even if you just look at the track map, how close it is.
Yeah, apart from Nerf Pack.
Yeah,
bless him.
Doing, he's just driving on the back, checking for any debris on track.
Yeah, so we didn't announce for the next season we will have a safety car driver, and Nerf Pack's kindly volunteered.
Yeah, he'll have to get me over first, Lev.
No, all respect to Nerf Pack. He's had a bit of a shocking start to this race, and unfortunately finding himself back there. But he's come on leaps and bounds the past couple of seasons.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. Absolutely no question. Ooh, jump back over the move on her. Whoa! T-Bag nearly absolutely rear rammed leg into the back of Jampa. As T-Bag's going back at him with DRS, Carl is also there, and T-Bag gets it done. Woo! As there is apologies, there is minor contact made there. And yeah,
that's good racing. That's clean. That's good, clean, hard racing. You know, Jam made the move into turn 1 with DRS. T-Bag obviously coming back at him at turn 4 with DRS as well. Jam going defensive, trying to take the inside line into 4, but left enough room around the outside. Give T-Bag a lot of respect there, and T-Bag taking that position back. But
will he have a look here again? No, he won't.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it'd be interesting to see how these two carry on now. Will Jam try and do the move in turn 1 again? Will he wait for the DRS into turn 4?
Terrence wants to know how does dude leg find himself back into the chat. That guy's never going to leave. He's here to stay. I'm not sure if mechanical has an issue, but there's a 2.5 second gap now to himself and Dylan. So yeah, Luckman and Gainful are having a seriously good battle here on track as well, if I might add. They're forwards and backwards with the best part of 2 laps. And that is a late move from Luckman. That's ballsy.
Oh, a little bit of contact there in the exit. And that's brought Hound into it as well.
Again, has got no DRS, so he's going to get swamped. As Hound makes a 3 wide on the pit lane straight, which you don't want to do, but he does anyway.
Oh.
Again, but have a look as well. Yeah, super racing.
Yeah, Hound and Luckman clean there as well through turn 3.
That's mega racing from them two, to be fair.
Definitely, I'd say all 4 of them, Luckman, Hound, Gainful and Chris. Chris not getting sucked into any battle. Oh, Luckman's well off the track there. He, I think he caught the curb on the exit of 7 and it just launched him across the track. So he has just, after all that brilliant defensive work, he has just lost 2 positions to Hound and Gainful.
Yeah, it's kind of heating up now, Clay. 2 laps left. Jam and Carroll. Do you stick? Do you go? Jam's going to want to try and get past T-Bag if he can, but he's not in a great place with the RS, but none of them are, if I'm honest. And is that Barkman do falling down the order? It is. He's had a spin there, sector 2. Just
turn 11.
Will Jam have a run here, Clay? That is the question. I think he will.
Yeah, I'm on board with that at the moment. He's going to want to do everything he can to get an extra position, an extra car between him and Carl. If I'm honest, I think, would you say the odd number's the better starting position?
Oh God, T-Bag ain't leaving this up. This is a massive battle here. Jesus. T-Bag getting back ahead again. And Carl's going to have a run on Jam, is he?
T-Bag's got DRS this time, so...
Carl's got on the outside. Going for the switcheroo, which he nearly gets done to go side by side. Carl backs out, which was probably intelligent. Sorry, Clay, you said something there to me about what?
Gainful's had an incident out of turn 4. Looks like he's dropping down the order now, tumbling down. Hound's now past him. Hound up to P10. Gainful's dropped down to P17. Yeah, I was going to say, do you reckon the odd number starting grid is better?
Yeah. If P1 starts on the outside in turn 1, that's the place to be for me.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking for Jam. He'll do everything to try and get on that outside, because then he has got Carl directly behind him.
Yeah, you don't... Well, you don't want to be stuck in the middle of 2 cars anyway, for sure, but...
I mean, who'd do that, really? Realistically, who'd do that?
There's several people, actually. You're one of them.
Yeah.
Jam, this is his last run into turn 1. They're all out of VRS, they're all deploying. Does he have enough to get there? He has enough to get alongside, but T-Bag's defended mightily so far. And whoa! T-Bag and he rearing him again.
Yeah, Jam almost looked like he had the move done before turn 1 then, which
and
was...
he did. Carl's going to go around and Jam.
And no, this is it. T-Bag's got the DRS again.
Ooh. Carl and Jam have a small bit of wheel banging there. Carl backs off again. What a battle for the last 3 or 4 laps here. Yeah,
I mentioned this a couple of laps ago about Jam making that move into turn 1. Do you think he's rushing it, trying to get it done into turn 1? Do you not think he should maybe wait for the second DRS into turn 4?
Possibly, but he had the move done there and he just didn't cover the outside enough. He got past and he came back in front of T-Bag. I think he could have came back in a bit more, but he left T-Bag a bit of space to run around the outside twice. Obviously, it's difficult to tell from a stream, but he might have felt he was a bit close to the braking zone, and if that's the way he felt, 100% great driving, to be fair. But it just looked, for me, they just didn't cover it off. But as I said, if he's close to the braking zone there, he made the right decision. So obviously we're not in the cars, we don't have any racing lines, so it's kind of all we can go off is the meter boards. Ooh, T-Bag really going off track there. If you
just
get a good run
looking at
corner,
the comments
there,
Terry is saying a Dan aneurysm at its finest.
It's a Danurism.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We call that a Danurism.
Can Jan take him to the line? No, he can't.
No, I think that's how we're finishing.
And a mighty session from Dylan as well, to be fair.
Yeah, mechanical as well, up a number of places there. Taking P2 in the sprint, starting P2 for the feature. T-Bag taking P3 as well. Jam 4th, Carl 5th. Kane Lowry unfortunately going from P1 for that sprint down to P6. But yeah, some absolutely brilliant driving across the field. Some very hard fighting, some hard defending, hard attacking, but very clean and brilliant. And that's what we like to see. Absolutely great there from all the lads here in Tier 3 for that sprint race. Let's hope it continues into the feature and we get a tasty one. So our point structure is different to that you see in the game. During sprint weekends, we offer points to the top 5. So Dylan will take 5 points, Mechanical 4, T-Bag 3, Jam 2 and Carl 1. So the gap between the two title challengers now will drop by 1 point. So I'll bring it down to 15 points going into the feature race. Just confirmation there of your finishing times through the sprint. Gameful unlucky there, dropping down the order towards the end, ending up P17. Bark as well, having a spin, ending down P18. But here we go, this is the session that matters, this is where the most points are up to grab. I'm going to hazard a guess here that the weather is going to be dry. As I can currently see all the mechanics for each of the teams just sort of T-pose in the middle of the garages. Yeah, Cody's always doing something special. Just waiting for the lads now who will be picking their strategies. Oh, Jam says he may have already fucked this one. Doesn't have any medium tyres. Well, did you pick the softer option when the session loaded in? Softer option takes a set of mediums away. Balance gives you a set of mediums for the sprint, a set of mediums for the feature. I ran a soft hard myself on Friday night. Only managed 7 laps on the softs. Did the rest on hards, and I was on 82% across the line. They were pretty bad at the very end. Let's do a quick tyre check. Yeah, Jam opting for the softs. Obviously, he just said no mediums, but your top three on mediums, Carl on mediums as well, Kane Lowry, Matey, Luckman, Chris, Saki, Bark, Jacket and Nerf pack opting for the hards, everyone else on the mediums. Jam the only one to start on the softs. Now, from what I experienced on Friday, them softs, I had a brilliant start. I went from 17th to 10th on the first lap. It'll be interesting to see how Jam gets them working. But they are fast early on. And then, as I say, such an abrasive track, they do quickly wear out. 7 laps pretty much was all I could get from them. Then I had to do 22 on the hards, which was a struggle. Like as I say, 82% at the end of the race, very close to puncher territory.
Jampot.
Yeah, he's posted in the comments saying that the game's not letting him pick mediums. He's got no mediums, so. But I was trying to look at the positives, saying, you know, them softs for me at the start of the race were brilliant. Made up 7 positions on the first lap. The grip difference was insane.
He'll have to make them count if he has any chance here. Safety cars, car disconnecting, can all change everything. Got 26 on stream row as well. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. As the cars are forming up now for the race.
And also disqualified.
Yeah, I see Colin making I'm gonna call him a desperate lunge, I'm gonna be honest. Looking at the pace that Dylan has, it's got to be. I think he might need to get ahead into turn 1 already. He held it with Dylan for a long time in that. Obviously, safety cars, VSCs, they're on the same strategy. Kane Lowry, the absolute hard master, starting on the hard, and I'll leave you at it.
Yep, that's 5 lights all on, and away we go. Dylan looks to have got a good start. Teabag also looks like he's got a good launch. He's almost alongside Mechanical into turn 1. Kane Lowry's got a great start, jumped ahead of Kyle and Jam briefly, but slowly dropping down the order now. Teabag's dropped down.
Gainful is airborne.
Hound is speared straight across the front of Osso. Both of them to the back of the grid.
I thought it was an Alpine, Clay. I might be wrong, but it was a car practically inverted. Yeah, wow.
I didn't quite catch that. I just, as I flipped down the order, I saw 3 cars. It looked like they were all inside of each other.
Saki! Oh man, Saki just got absolutely plowed into by Hound, I think. Could have been Bark, could have been Osso. It's kind of hard to tell. He got absolutely rammed from behind on the run down from turn 4 to 5 and 6. Oh, apologies, Clay. Drive on.
No, you're all right. We looked to get through turn 1 fairly clean, but the shitstorm happened in turn 2. Hound's got no front wing.
Yeah, I think Hound. Yeah, must have been Hound that rear-ended Saki. I think.
Taylor now up to P8 past Matey Boy Mason. Off track there as Mason's got no front wing either as Gameful just gets past him. So I'd expect to see Mason in as well. Unfortunate for his debut though.
Yeah,
Game
taken. Oh no!
Did Game
following slipstream?
No, I don't agree with that. Don't like that.
Yeah. Me neither, to be honest. Oh, Chip picking up a penalty in the pits as well, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, Jam unfortunately losing out to Carl and Kane Lowry though. Can't see, he doesn't appear to have any damage or anything. I think that's the worst part of Jam's drive, if I'm honest, all season has been his race starts.
Yeah, he's running full traction, he just can't, and he'd say it himself, he just can't find the grip on the start. And then you look at Dylan, who just gets a flyer. it's a frustrating for Jampot 100%, and starting on the softs won't help either. But you know, it is what it is at this stage. All he can do is do what he can do, try and extend them softs as long as he can to go on the hards. A two-stopper obviously is going to be a soft, hard, soft. It might work.
The one stop's possible. As I say, I did the soft hard myself on Friday. Obviously, I wasn't showing this level of pace or competing at the front, but starting 17th on the soft was, I think it was 10th and 9th after the first lap. Dragged them out as long as I possibly could. 7th lap was all I could manage. They were 60% by the 7th lap, so pitted then, put the hards on, did 22 laps on the hards, and when I crossed the line, they were on 82%.
Yeah. Oh.
Tell me about it. I would have finished P7, but I had Captain Hindsight behind me well, he was well out of 3 seconds away from me, and I had a 3-second penalty, and then he caught me massively in the last few laps. I stood no chance. I think he finished about a second and a half behind me.
So yeah, the race has said no. At this stage, Dylan commanding a lead over the front, 1.5. Floor between 1.2, 1.5 seconds. Mechanical out of DRS, obviously T-Bag out of DRS, and that train is forming behind T-Bag as well, all the way down as far as Taylor, who has a DRS as well then behind them, and there's a bit of a spread after that. But yeah, that race start was, turn 1 and 2 was fine. It just got a bit messy after that, but we have settled low now obviously. So yeah, let's plow on. What's going to change anything for the racemen here? I mean, looking at the Constructors' Championship, you got Alpine in P1 and P9, you got the Ferrari in P5, Saki unfortunately down in P20, also doing his best in the Williams in P12. In terms of the Driver Championship, you still got Carl and Jampot neck and neck, so still everything up in the air again today, as per usual.
Yep, safe free as usual. Is Kane going to go for a move on T-Bag here into turn 1? He is. T-Bag takes the wide route. Kane leaving him space on the inside there through 2. Very nicely done. But Carl's now got the run on Kane.
On board of him.
He has.
Wow.
Oh, no, he's backed out. Yeah, Carl sort of, I don't know whether he backed out or just decided to take a really tight line, slow down a lot. But T-Bag taking that position back from Carl. But Carl, yeah, moving up ahead of Kane, which Jam will not be happy to see. Just checking the comments now. We've got Brandon. Is that? So apologise if I butcher this. Leaper, asking if there's a Discord link for the league.
Yeah, I will pop that into the chat. No problem.
Thank you very much. But yeah, Carl's now got ahead of T-Bag on that run into turn 11. Down that DRS. Oh, Kane spun.
Oh,
Kane spun at turn 12. So now T-Bag's all over the back of Carl. Carl's up into P3. And Scotty's crashed out. Scotty's crashed out at turn 11. That's a full safety car.
Ooh.
This could help Jam. Jam's on the softs. He could get off the softs. He's in the pits. He is. He's in the pits. Lap 5. I think that's a sensible decision from Jam, to be honest. But he said he had no mediums. This is the issue. Does he put the hards on, try to go to the end from here? He has. He's
got Joel off in the chat saying this is more active so far than the actual race today. Yeah, it's kind of what we do, lad. It's, you know, it's all action here at CDR. Obviously, look, I put in the link there for anyone that wants to join. Drop me, obviously we're racing, I'll drop you DM after if you do join. If there's any problem with the link, let us know. Yeah, Jam is, what did he go for today?
He's popped the hards on, fresh hards. He's currently P12.
Yeah, you see, this is the issue that Jam has now. Can he get them to the end?
I mean, if you get 2 laps under the safety car, 22 laps is possible. As I say, I did it on Friday. 82%. They were also, highly won.
Also, Clay, keep in mind that everybody else will have to pit.
Yeah.
And that's going to gain him anything up to kind of 25 seconds. So, interesting. Maybe
I think it was a sensible decision. Starting on the softs, he had to get off them. And I know obviously it's a little earlier than probably you'd expect to pit, but it was the perfect time. A safety car comes out, get off them as quick as you possibly can.
Yeah, obviously it's not going to be ideal for Gale or for Dylan. He had extended quite a nice gap there at the front, so not ideal for Dylan, but we've seen he does have the pace. I think the medium runners can extend now a small bit. I saw medium soft here on Friday night, if I'm honest, and it was incredible. Schnitzy, how he did it is no man's business, but just didn't quite have the time at the end compared to the time he lost in the mediums. He did get a couple of positions, but are they going to look at a medium
He
soft?
also took 3rd place in the championship off me, so yeah, I did see it. I wasn't impressed about it, but I did see it. No, there's a lot of alternate strategies you can actually run here, and as you said, this safety car could sort of play into the likes maybe Teabag Mechanical, who's going to try something different. I don't think Carl will. He's got too much to risk here, leading the championship at the moment.
Yeah, but you know, I think the safety car is early enough that I don't think it changes too many strategies. To be honest, you're probably looking at extending the tyres that they're on. If this had been maybe 2-3 laps later, I think you would have seen everyone in. But I think it's just that for action too early to see any major strategy changes. Obviously, as we said, the Jam Pot do what he saw fit as needed.
Yeah, I think Jam had to. Yeah, I think Jam had to. He was forced. The rest of them had the choice.
You know, it was a difficult situation as well. He could have started on the hards, but it would have just meant dragging them out for so long, and a late safety car or a mid-race safety car, and he was out of the game. So he might have got away with it. He'll be dead at the end, but in the wider scheme of things, this is played out about as good as Jam Pot could have expected.
Yeah, it's probably where his pit window was just opening, so it's not going to be too much of a deficit.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he probably didn't make them soft tyres work as well as he thought he would.
Obviously, plays into Saki's hands as well. Steve, the guys that got involved in stuff, kind of the first few turns, I think it was 4 guys came into the pits. So they're back in the game now again, obviously.
Sorry, I've just looked at the comments. Terry is saying whoever opened that can of Carlsberg, that crack of the open was immaculate. I will say
it wasn't the book.
It wasn't the Carlsberg. It was the King of Beers. Other options are available. If any of them want to sponsor us, you know.
Into the pits. Hazard is back in.
Yeah, he's done 5 laps on the softs. He unfortunately had to pit for 2nd lap, so.
Oh no, he's gone on softs again.
Has he?
Is he just serving that point?
He's not pitted yet. Oh, he has. Yeah, he's put a fresh set of softs on. Soft medium. What did he start on? Yeah, I mean he's already made. I think that's his 2nd stop.
He started on the mediums or the hards. There was only 1
stop. Nerf pack up 10 places. Look at that.
You know, think about it, Clay. Is he had any major disadvantage? He was down there anyway. Everybody else has to pit, and he has the pace advantage of the softs. He can take the softs 7 or 8 laps and go back in for a set of mediums, a set of hards. So maybe he's not at that much of a disadvantage. Obviously, the hards could have went to the end. That's the only thing.
I'd expect to see the safety car in this lap. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he will catch up to the back at the pack, I think, before that happens anyway. That's what I was going to say, whether he's off the back of the pack, but he is going to catch up. Yeah, I agree with you. If I'm honest, it probably should have put the hards on there, get the hards to the end, knowing everyone else ahead of you pretty much has to pit.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's probably easy for us to say that looking at what tyres everyone's on. And
oh, 100%. And set carries in this lap. Big shout out to the stream again, guys. 30 on stream, mega numbers. Appreciate it. If anybody wants to donate, kind of 5 to 10,000 ahead, it would be greatly appreciated. To walk away happy and leave the server.
Yeah, I am leaving my job on Wednesday, so any donations are well. No, I've got work, don't worry. I'm taking the piss.
Our Carl's got a run on Colin here.
Yeah, Dylan's got us away, and Carl has, from what it looks like, caught Colin sleeping a bit there. Up the inside, into turn 1. And Jam's a lot further down. Ignore me. I saw Mercedes in the background in the Alpha Tauri going past it. It wasn't Jam, it was Lutman.
Oh, Colin going deep into 4, Carl up the inside, and he's got that done. Conley hasn't. You know, this is game for up to P6. This is going to suit Dylan having such a lead at start. He created a nice little gap for himself, but he's out of the DRS already. Car's kind of everywhere. Dan getting a bit ooey. Yeah, it'll settle down again in the next kind of half a lap or so. Up to 33 on stream. Excellent stuff. Keep it coming. Bring your wives, your friends, your grannies, anyone you know. Get them on.
That is not a line I thought you'd ever use, but
it's that point in the race there.
No, good to see the amount of views we're getting. Good to see some new people commenting as well. Yeah, T-Bag looks like he's sticking with Carl, to be honest here. So, Colin, that starts looking like it might cost him a little bit. Ginge, calm down.
There's no one safe. Don't get me going. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, probably not your best words, but
it is what it is. Oh yeah. Oh okay. Do Blake.
Jam looks like he's caught behind Jackie here. Jackie's all over the back. Oh, Jackie's spun. Jackie's out. It's a full safety car. And Jam's got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Osso. No, I didn't see the collision with Osso, but Jackie looked like he was going to make a move on Osso, and then as I commented that Jam was behind him, Jackie just span and speared the wall.
Question, okay. Do the medium runners come in though?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. The only
back into the game big time here.
The only issue is the field's so close together still. So if you pit now, if nobody else pits, then you're going to lose a lot of positions. You're pretty much going back to the back of the grid.
Yeah. Do we have a suggested strategy for the mediums? The 13 laps.
I think it's around 14, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see everyone in here, to be honest with you.
I just want to say a big shout out to Terry as he's sending the link to the stream to his grandma.
Ooh. They're all in. Some guys are going to get double stack game for stays out.
Lutman stays out. Lutman's on the hards, so I think that's sensible for him. Gameful obviously didn't want to be double stacked behind Dylan. That makes sense. Sure. Back, stayed out.
I mean, Dylan is still net P1, but finds himself down in P13 at the minute with the rest of them. That we've seen here, Clay. If
I'm honest, I'd say
how complicated this gets.
I'd say Jam's still net P1 now because he's already made his stop. He can get to the end on them tyres, and this safety car, if I'm honest, is helping him.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I said, 22 laps was a struggle. He put him on what, lap 5? He's done 5 laps. I think 4 of them have been under the safety car, so that will help Jam massively.
Yeah, this kind of makes things a bit interesting. Obviously, the guys behind are going to be a lot quicker than the guys ahead. We've seen this causing a lot of issues before, as Hound and Saki get into some sort of altercation on the safety car. But that seems to have sorted itself out now.
I'm not too sure what happened there. It looked like Hound lost 2 positions. I'm not sure if he lost a position to both the 2 new guys, Chip and Mason.
Yeah, interesting to see how this plays out now. You know what, Jam being where he is, he's in the perfect position. He has so many cars between himself and Dylan. You might be right here. He will be slightly at a disadvantage towards the end, assuming there's no more safety cars. But yeah,
I've just realised something. But this is going to be the curse of the commentator.
Go on.
Osso's actually net P1 because Osso's pitted the same lap as Jam.
Jesus Christ.
Osso's...
Don't anybody else. Anyone else. I'm just going to ignore that.
Yeah. There we go, Stingray. Let's go, Osso P1. Come on. Yeah, Gameful were a bit unlucky, to be honest. His teammate obviously pitting under that safety car, didn't want to be double stacked, so he's carried on. And I think it's going to cost him quite a bit, to be honest, unless there's another safety car. Would it have been worth him pitting, do you reckon, the lap after? Still under the safety car, so he still would have lost a lot of positions, but it would have given him time to catch up to the back of the grid. He'd have had 1 lap fresher towers.
It's such a hard one, Clay, because when you're racing, you can only see a couple of guys ahead and behind. You have no idea what's going on behind, so
yeah,
it's hard. It's probably where a race engineer comes in handy.
I'm available for a small fee.
5 to 10 grand and a granny?
I mean, I'll take the granny. Hey, times are hard, lad. Times are hard. Safety car is in this lap.
Thank God. Running all this shit to talk about.
Yeah, not my finest moment, if I'm honest.
Is what it is.
But Chris and Kane Lowry, though, doing really well in the Aston Martin 3rd and 4th. Still yet to pit, though, which will cost them a lot because there's a lot of guys that have already pitted. Everyone from Osso down has already pitted. Gamefuls, I thought you were going for the pits. Yeah, looks like Chris is going for the move on Luckman into turn 1. No, he's pulling in behind. Also, Nerf Pack almost side by, well, they are side by side. Going through turn 3.
Crucially there for Dylan getting past home. Oh, Jesus Christ, he nearly absolutely rams into the car ahead of him, loses the position back to home. I just think Dylan's better off racing his own, to be honest.
I mean, that's a strange way of saying see you later. Oh, his Nerf spun. He's in the wall.
Oh, yellow flag.
Out of turn 8, he just spun completely on his own. Chris has made it past Luckman as well. Is Luckman battling back? No, Luckman's defending a position now to Kane Lowry. Yeah, unfortunate there for Nerf. He had also just behind him, I think it was. Yeah, he came out of turn 8, the rear just lit up, he just spun.
Whoa. I think by and large it seems to be pretty decent. Gainful getting an absolute flyer. The thing that Gainful has at his advantage is everyone that is pitted already, they do have a lot of traffic ahead of them, so if I'm Gainful, I'm happy smashing this for 2 or 3 laps and boxing for them hards.
That's exactly it. If he can get a few quali laps in now, build the gap as much as he possibly can, in the chance that there's a safety car while the field's all bunched up. You know, if there's a safety car, it plays into his hands. If not, then he's got to make do. But that's what the rest of the guys have done. Dylan, Colin, Carl, Teabag, Taylor, you know, Matey. On board with mechanical now, he's right over, all over the back of Hound.
Oh, there's a half,
that's Teabag.
Didn't catch what happened, I just saw him going around, looked like he was rear-ended. Honest with you, into turn...
Yeah, Teabag's out, sorry, Hound outbroke himself for turn 11, so Colin just dips up the inside. Carl gets him as well. Dylan making his way through these fairly quickly, to be honest. Looking at the gap he's built up to Colin and Carl.
But he's net P3 at the moment. He will have the tyre advantage, and he's the only thing that's gone his way.
Yeah, 5 lap fresher tyres. Mason ahead of him as well, has already pitted. The Stingray says, did also under fuel. I mean, is the Pope Catholic? I mean, actually, no, to be fair to us, so his fuel light's not flashing.
He will never again without fuel, guarantee it.
Dylan and Mason side by side there through
Super
turn 8.
There. Hole is dropping down, he's had an issue, and he's span.
Looks like out of turn 7. Can be nasty if you catch the curbs out of turn 7. They do unsettle the car a hell of a lot. Jam still sat in the back of this DRS train now behind Chris. On the back of Osso.
I'm just looking at this now, Clay, from Gainful's point of view. He has 2 options. He can keep going till he's losing pace and come in, which will be about 2 to 3 laps. Or he can hang it out waiting for safety car. But if he hangs it out, he's gone. If he pits now, everybody else needs to pit as well. And that is the yellow flag. That is Hound again.
I just want to say a massive thank you for the raid there, AJZ. Thank you very much for bringing people along.
Oh, sweet. Appreciate that. Up 38. Great stuff. Lovely.
As Chip did just pick up a 5-second penalty speeding in the pit lane. He has pitted now, put the hards on. As I mentioned earlier, I think he probably should have done that under that safety car. He wouldn't have needed to pit again. He would have been in and around the guys that he was already fighting.
Yeah, difficult decision, as I said. But yeah, Dylan is doing nicely though, but Jam and Osso are... Oh, and Hound is around again. Oh, Jesus. He's not having a good time there at the back. Just happened to be on with him. But yeah, Dylan with a lot fresher tyres. I think no safety car towards the end of this race. I think Dylan's tyres will probably count. And he does have Mason as that kind of buffer behind him, so yeah, it's still difficult. It's still a long ways to go. We're just in around the 50% halfway through this race, so a long ways to go yet, and another safety car can completely turn things on its head again. How many times have we seen this in the past day?
Yeah, definitely. I think Dylan's done a brilliant job, to be honest, catching back up, cutting through the field, back on to the back of Bartman do now, and you know, five of the 7 guys ahead of him still have to pit.
Yeah. Steve says he has rear wing damage. How he had the time to take that is beyond me, but anyway, it is what it is. Oh, yellow flag! Oh, is that Steve?
That's Steve again, yeah. I think he's probably better off pitting and quitting, to be honest. Rear wing damage, this is a horrible track to drive, if I'm honest, with rear wing damage.
Yeah, it is.
Just want to give a big shout out as well. Captain Hindsight subscribed again. That's 2 months now. Thank you very much. All your support is massively appreciated, and I do want to say as well, thank you very much for the effort you put into the Grid Rivals channel for us.
Yeah, 100%. That should be very interesting. Anybody that hasn't signed up to that should sign up to it. Just a bit of fun on the outside for us, I think.
Yeah,
Steve
definitely.
Needs to stop at this stage, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he's spun again out of the last corner now. I'm just on board with Chris at the moment, who's got big trail behind him. Some of the lads behind him are on a lot fresher tyres. Sorry, just reading the comments here, AJ saying he'd raided us, they're just done with their league race, so nice to see you jumping across and passing support on, we appreciate that. I will drop you a follow.
Oh, Jesus, Dylan, man. He can just get so close to the car ahead of him when they're braking. And oh no, Mason's on the inters. That's, unless he sees something we don't see, that's Jeff being Jeff, isn't it?
That's his race done. That's his race done.
Oh, killer. Absolute killer for Mason. Who had a decent race, to be fair. He was doing well, like.
Oh, Jesus. We've just had another big raid as well, Patty Pat. With a party of 101, so thank you very much, Pat.
Oh, God, the pressure's on. Patty Pat's in the house.
141 viewers now. Thank you very much.
Bob, no one will I wait.
As long as it's genuine, it doesn't matter. Lutman just dropping off the back of Chris now, but still got this DRS train back down to Dylan.
Yeah, and Dylan needs to have a small bit of patience. He needs to play this safe. He's all over the back of Bark. We do know break slightly early. He can get a good run here. He should take Bark. He gets alongside. He just slightly hesitant. As King Lowry. Oh, King Luckman is boxed.
Luckman's into the pit.
Yeah, taking the hard to 17 laps. And he'll come onto the mediums there now as well.
Yeah, Gameful's still running the mediums, so I wonder whether he is going for the medium soft now. He's dragged them out this long. He's built a fairly decent gap at the front.
He has, to be fair. Like I think what you're saying is correct. As Carl is having another look at Jam or Mechanical in turn 4, and he should take him. Colin will go around the outside and get the better eggs in. It's just, can Carl stick it is the question. And wheel to wheel is dodgy. Oh, Carl backing out again. We've seen that several times from Carl. And you know what? He's a solid driver. He's never an incident. He's never involved in anything. And he will always back out to avoid a collision.
Yeah, that run between turn 4 and 5, he does tend to back out, tuck in behind. I know Friday night I stuck it round the outside of someone into turn 5. Felt good when I got the move done, to be honest. Maybe you should try that, but no, he's keeping it clean, focusing on his championship. He is currently championship leader, but at the moment he is losing a lot of points to his rival Jampot in P5.
Yeah, I think Jampot is praying for this. Jampot has a penalty. I missed that.
Yeah, he got a 5-second penalty.
A
collision with Osso, yeah. I think it was, just as the safety car came out. So he will probably lose a couple of positions. Chris is into the pits. Kane Lowry, 18 lap old, sets the fastest lap of the race.
Kane Lowry's like that old whiskey that you thought you never had, then you went for it, and it was like, oh wow. Stellar job again from Kane Lowry. The man's a genius. Some say he was born on a hard tyre.
Well, you know, being from Finland, probably.
Yeah. That was shocking.
As Jam's made it past Osso as well now. Jam up to P3, so will be net P1 once the guys ahead pit. Obviously, he does have a 5-second penalty as well, so Osso still looking good at the moment, and Dylan's caught the back of both of them.
Yeah.
5 laps fresher tyres.
He's in prime position here, but he just keeps looking like he's going to smash into the guy ahead. He just needs to keep it chilled. I think Gabe needs to pull the plug, if I'm completely honest with you.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
No.
He's still pushing, and it is pull the plug, isn't it?
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Pull the pin.
Right, so.
Pull the pin.
Yeah. It's just the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to get for him, especially with the guys behind no pitting, and I think he needs to come in.
I agree, but at the moment he's still increasing the gap between himself and Kane Lowry, and at the moment no one's got past Kane Lowry, so he's dragging it out. Isn't really costing him too much. He's still gaining time on these guys. Big thank you as well there to Hounds, gifted a sub which has gone to Jampot. Terry is saying Jam might ask for his penalty to be removed. Yeah, it is a possibility. Obviously, we didn't see what happened while we were on comms. If he does report it, it's something the stewards will look at. Yeah, I'm just looking at it as it is at the moment. With the penalty he's got, he's probably, net P3, 4. See how it goes, see how it finishes, but yeah, that's something the stewards will address afterwards. Gameful doing a stellar job, to be honest. Mason has retired in the pits. Reading the comments there, Stingray doesn't want to cheer Osso on just because he causes him. Yeah, commentators curse bad luck and all that. Jam looking really fast here, but he's not close enough to Kane to get the move done into turn 1. Dylan's all over the back of Osso as well. Let's see what happens on the run through turn 4.
I got one for Terriers there, Clay. Yeah, it's a proper one.
And if you could tell by the sound, that was a Carlsberg. Jam's flying at the moment now, just set fastest lap. I think that's just been taken away from him by Chris, but Jam is all over the back of Kane Lowry at the moment. Dylan all over the back of Osso as well.
Yeah, Gainful needs to pull the plug fast, I think, if I'm honest. The gap is coming down now. I think Dylan wants to dispose of Osso as fast as he can. He's in a much better place for ERS, and I think he might have a run on him into turn 1. He might be smart as well, though. If Osso loses that DRS to Jam, he'll take him a lot more easier, and he could possibly reserve his ERS and go for Jam towards the latter stages. Absolutely playing into Jam's hands here, though, 100%, no question about it.
Yeah, there was a comment saying that 5-second penalty could potentially be removed. He may be reporting it to have it removed, so that's something for the stewards, but we can only go off what we see on track. Yeah, he does still have that 5 second at the moment, so as it stands, there we go, Gameful in the pits. Kane Lowry's in the pits as well.
And Dylan will make a move on Osso here, I think. He's close enough.
I was just about to say, yeah, there we go. While I can, Stingray, if you're watching, Osso's currently net P1.
Oh, he gets out of shape.
Take a screenshot. It ain't gonna last long.
And Dylan will have a look at him into turn 4.
thought better of it.
Oh, this is dodgy. Dylan needs to back out here. He doesn't. There you go, side by side. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12.
Yeah, Dylan got shoved out wide there on the exit of 6, which is always going to happen if you're trying to go side by side.
And this is absolutely playing into the hands of the jam pot now with them guys battling ahead, and he's 2 seconds clear of the jam, or also now as well.
Yeah, definitely. Jam's focus, if I'm honest, as Terry's has pointed out, is definitely Carl down in P5. As long as Jam can finish ahead of Carl, I think he'll be happy with this result, to be honest. Take it down to the final 2 rounds. Stingray says, end the race, Oslo's net P1. I will be back in just a moment.
Dealing a lot closer to Osso this time, and he should get it done quite handy with the DRS and the RS, and he should be able to get back in before the braking zone, and he does. Now, will he have a run on Jampot, or will he hope that penalty works out from Gainful start coming down into P10? There's limited time left for Gainful. He might get a position or 2, but that should be about it. As Carl and Colin going absolutely mental towards each other through turns 2 and 3. As Colin gets the RS into turn 4, and he goes side by side again. Not sure if he was close enough, but he went down there. Carl leaves space, and they get through it absolutely perfectly. Dylan absolutely closing down the back of Jampot now as well, with also just hanging in there. I think Dylan, with the time left and the ERS left, he's going to want to get this done on track. And as we said, he does have 5 lap God almighty. He does have 5 lap pressure hars, which we did point out would make a difference towards the end of the race. Maybe not for the next lap or 2, but certainly after that. And he is slowly creeping up on Jam now as well. Also hanging on for dear life. Backman doing P4 doing a stellar job. Carl and Mechanical still going hard at it as well. Going to drop down to Gainful. As we are on with Dylan currently on the stream, but Clay will be back in a second. Oh, Carl with a 3-second time penalty. Woo! Currently costing him a lot of positions. Oh man, this championship is wide open again with 5 races left. Dylan taking the fastest lap now as well. 1.6 seconds the gap to Jampot. Oh man, and I don't think we'll see a safety car, or we might see a VSC, but safety cars at this stage are very unlikely. But that time penalty for Carl could be very, very costly indeed. Gainful taking the position, the fastest lap now off of Gainful, or Jesus. Gainful taking the fastest lap off of Dylan. I need Clay back because I'm talking too much. Thank God for that.
Jam doing a brilliant job at the front, building that gap to Dylan as well. 5 lap older tyres, but Dylan doesn't seem to be closing it down too much. Osso's doing well, sticking on the back of Dylan as well with pressure tyres.
Yeah, I just given a whole load of gobbledygook there. Carl picking up a 3-second time penalty as well, Clay. Currently putting him down to P9, but Jampot in P1 with a potential penalty to come off.
Park.
Yeah.
Back. Currently 4th on 21 lap old mediums. So they will be absolutely screaming. I think he will have to pit again. I don't think he'll make it to the end. As I said, did 22 laps on the hards. They were at 82%, so I don't want to see what his mediums are like. 5 laps to go. I don't think he'll make it to the end.
Is that Saki? Saki
has.
That's
Saki's retired in the pits.
I'm just looking here, Clay, as well. If
Clay, I'm not racing.
I give up, honestly. What I want to say is there, and it just can't come out. If Gay could... do you know what? Fuck it, I'm just going to sit here and say nothing. If Gainful can dispatch Teabag, which he looks to have done here, there is a number... Oh, no! Teabag and Gainful having a massive collision.
I think Teabag's waited to give him the position back as well. He waited for him to get going
which
ahead of him.
Really not much good to gain for considering what was ahead, but yeah.
No, it's not,
good
but it's,
sportsmanship,
yeah, it's respect from Teabag there. Unfortunate for Gameful getting caught up there, but yeah. Also just falling off the back of Dylan now as well. 1.3 seconds. That
as
gap.
I said, Claire, yeah, it will start coming down now because them hards. I said it about just before you left, or just after you left. Sorry, I said the hards would start to go on a lap or two, and they're certainly gone now. I don't see any reason why Dylan can't take this with 4 laps to go.
Yeah, Dylan is gaining. He's now within DRS 2 jams, so it looks like he's not just gonna allow the penalty. He wants to take this on track.
And the thing is, he can sit behind Jam for a couple of laps and recharge, and then take him quite easily. I think. I don't know.
I mean, he's looked fast all weekend here, Dylan.
Yeah.
He's looked really good, and I will say, unusually, he's not looked out of control at any point, really. As Mechanical and Taylor Danny are fighting through turn 3 on the run into turn 4 now, both with DRS open. Mechanical taking the defensive inside line. Oh, trying to squeeze Taylor. Taylor going wide on the exit.
Yeah, the defensive hit him line maybe. But anyway.
Yeah, it started off as defensive, didn't quite end that way, but Taylor's now got Matey Boy over the back of him as well for company. And thank you to everyone who stuck around from the raiding party as well. We're still currently at 56 viewers. Appreciate all your support. Thank you all very much. If you are new here, please drop us a follow. There is... Dan, can you drop the Discord link in the channel?
Has somebody asked for it?
Just throw it in there. We have got the League Discord. Anyone who is interested in racing, we race Tier 1 and 2 on a Friday night, 8:30 PM English time. And again on a Sunday night, 8 o'clock English time. So feel free to join the Discord to get involved in the league racing. If not, just drop the channel a follow, and you know we're here the same times every week.
Yeah, 8 PM Irish time and 8:30 PM Irish time.
That's what I said, English time. Yeah.
Nah, where you twat.
Carl has made it past Bartmandu there as well. Bart is going to be struggling on them tyres. He's got 2 laps left, but... Oh! Mechanical's out! Mechanical's out! I caught that in the background. He got squirrely on the curb. I just saw his car snap to one side. Didn't quite see who he made contact with, but... That is not ideal there for Mechanical. Bart still has his wing intact. Taylor still has his wing intact. And so does Matey. So not too sure what happened there, but... Yeah, definitely not the outcome Mechanical were looking for.
Yeah, and you know what? Carroll at the moment as well with a 3-second penalty. He is looking at dropping down to P7 at the moment.
Yeah, Hounds just said Bark's tyres are at 61%, so he must be a lot smoother on them than I am. Fair play to him.
You're as rough as a bear's arse, to be fair to you.
Yeah, you know, I put tyres on, I want them to go. They go where I want them to go.
Taylor Danny now is going to take the advantage, and he is up to P5 as well. And will Matey get through? He does get through as well. No, does he? Back
he
does.
At
him on the outside. Matey just doing it off into 2. Yeah, this is Sue Carroll. Obviously, with that time penalty, he's going to be wanting to getting a move on now. Jampot P2, he has 5 seconds, so he's going to lose that also for the moment anyway, at least. So yeah. It's you know what? As I said before, Clay, like Jampot couldn't lose the or he couldn't win the championship here, but he could have possibly lost it. Jesus. At the moment, he's ahead of Carroll, so it just brings it on to the next race. There was only 15 points between them anyway. So it'll be in around 10 points for the next race with 2 races to go. Mental stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be insanely close. We've seen some drama over the last few rounds over I'd say the previous 3 seasons. Definitely a tier 3. We've had 5-way battles going into the last round for the past 2. So yeah, it is. It's going to be very close. These lads leave everything on track.
And I don't think Taylor's happy with P5 with a penalty. He looks like he wants it on track.
Jam's in the pits.
Jam's in the pits.
What's he doing? Have I missed something?
Whoa. What?
Have I...
He's gone. The car's teleported to another planet.
I don't quite understand what's happened. And I mean, Osso's even give up. He's quit at turn 2. He doesn't know what's going on. Osso's dropping down the order. What the hell has just happened? Is Osso out of fuel, or... It's not showing the fuel, right? No,
what? Here's a puncher! Rear left! Rear left puncher for Osso! Oh, wow! Jesus! I think that's why Jam Pop might have pitted.
But
oh man! Look at his rear left, it's punctured. And he gets a 10-second time penalty off him. That will 100% be removed, but at this stage, it doesn't really matter. Oh my God almighty.
As we said, the tier love giving drama. I don't understand how these lads have got a puncher on tyres that were fresher than the lads around them. And you've got Bartman do 26 laps
Jesus
on mediums.
Christ,
And still...
whoa.
What is going on?
Swung it again.
It makes no sense.
Why, did Jam have a puncher?
He's commented saying puncher.
Yeah, he had a puncher. Oh no, and that's...
But that it makes no sense. Why that he had fresher tyres than everyone else.
Oh, Gaffle's gone as well. Massive collision. Practically on the line with God knows who. Looks to be Luckman. I've absolutely no idea what happened there. Gaffle's car, I'm going to write down my North Pack and see if the car is still there. His car was strewn across the... Yeah, his car is stuck in the wall.
So, Gameful losing it, what, 10 yards before the line? Obviously not seeing what's happened, that'll be down to the stewards to deal with. Also just cruising now with his flat rear left tyre. Yeah, chaotic end if I'm honest. Absolutely chaotic.
Kind of a normal race till about 2 laps to go, if I'm honest. And then it just kind of got weird.
Yeah,
Mental.
Really strange, really strange. Jam said 71% and got a puncher. As I say, I finished on 82 on Friday, and Jam had fresher tyres than the lads ahead of him. Oh, I've pressed race director and I can't see the screen anymore. Sorry, Dan, I've not got any of the standings or anything. I can't see them.
1 second, I will share my stream now.
I'm stuck on just looking at the fireworks going off in the background and looking at turn 8. Yeah, insane end to the race, to be honest. Not quite what we expected. I don't think that was what anyone expected, if I'm honest. But yeah, Jamu was looking for net P1 for a lot of the race. Got taken by Dylan.
I'm gobsmacked. Simple
and
as
then,
that.
yeah, also looking like he was going to take P2 from Jam, and then him getting a puncher as well, dropping down the order. Wow.
Like, Jam was in a decent position there, like...
Yeah, definitely. Fresher tyres. he had the 5-second penalty, which, you know, we don't know whether it was going to come off or not, but he had the 5-second penalty, fresher tyres than the lads around him. He looked good. And then he's got a puncher. Yeah, insane. Bark as well, doing 27 laps on the mediums. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, insane. Do you know what? I just want to say there's still 53 watching here, so big thanks to Paddy Pat for bringing guys over. To be fair, Discord link is in there twice.
AJ as well. Big shout out to AJ as well.
Yeah, 100%. Anyone that wants to join up. Season 7 is starting pretty soon, 31st of March, I believe. We've only 2 seasons or races left in this season. So yeah, let's get guys in. Is what it is.
Yeah, thank you everyone who's tuned in, everyone who's stuck around, everyone who's commented. We appreciate you all. Please join us again next week, Friday, 8:30 p.m. We'll be racing Tier 2 at Spain. So please tune in. 2 races to go. Thank you all.